let me tell you what he's going to do. He's gonna go on a media tour. He's gonna apologize. He's gonna donate some money to a women getting abused foundation. He has to go and kiss every producer's toes to apologize. He has to go on Ellen and be like, yeah, the abuse is wrong, blah blah. I was in the wrong to put myself in that position. He has to apologize to every single person that's above him. That's what it is. When you making so much money and the people that's signing your checks want answers, they force you to do all those things. Let's get straight to it. I'm pull up the article about Jonathan Majors. I'm gonna read it to you guys and then I'll have my commentary. And it reads: Jonathan Majors arrested in New York after domestic dispute. The actor recently co-starred in Creed 3 and is viewed as a rising star in Hollywood. He was charged with assault and harassment. Holy fucking shit. The actor Jonathan Majors was arrested on Saturday in Manhattan and charged with assault and harassment after what the police in New York describe as domestic dispute. Mr. Majors was taken into custody without an incident. The victim, described only as 30 years old woman, was taken to a hospital after suffering what the police said were minor injuries to her head and neck. The statement sent by Kerry Gordon, a representative for Mr. Majors, and attributed by Priya Chaudhry. So Priya Chaudhry is Jonathan Major lawyer or his representative. Mr. Major's lawyers, Chaudhry, wrote that Mr. Majors was a victim of the altercation with the woman he knows. He knows her. The woman had recanted the accusation that the video evidence and witness support his account. The New York Police Department said the officer responded to a 911 call in an apartment near West 22nd Street and 8th Avenue in Chelsea just after 11 a.m. Investigators determined that the actor had become involved in a domestic dispute with a woman who told that she has been assaulted. Holy shit. Listen. So the story goes like this: Jonathan Majors, he had an altercation with a woman. The woman called the police and he was arrested, right? Because we all know if a woman calls the police on any guy and says, yo, he assaulted me or sexual harassment, the guy's going to fucking jail. The police usually come to make an arrest, they don't leave empty handed, right? So Jonathan Majors was at the end of that sword. Now, here's my idea when it comes to dating or fucking someone while you're rich and famous, because he clearly was fucking her, right? You don't put I'm not saying he put hands on her, I'm not saying he didn't, but you don't put hands on someone you're fucking without knowing the risk. You just made two of the biggest movies and the year just started, right? Listen, Jonathan Majors, bro, I blame you. You're the star. You're the person that everybody's looking at. They don't care if you're guilty or not. Most people care about you putting yourself in that position in the first place. If you're fucking someone on the side, you have to let them know, hey, my career comes first. You can't be threatening the very same thing that makes you attracted to me, is my famous success. You can't threaten that. No matter if we have a small little argument and it becomes, you know, a little abusive, you can't be going to the police because now you're fucking with my money. Jonathan Majors should have those conversations. Those conversations can't be swept under the rug. You can't just be fucking anybody that will threaten the same thing that made her attracted to you in the first place. I blame you. Jonathan Majors, I blame you. You have to get your ducks in order. In that article I just read, they said the woman later recanted her statement, as in she took it back saying, no, 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 everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. But the news already got to this case. People don't care that he's guilty or not. They only care about the fact that he put himself in that position. Now, I'm sure the woman thought about it and it's like, oh, fuck, I'm about to ruin this man's career. And then that's the reason why she would want to take back her statement. But it's too fucking late. Now, will Jonathan Majors recover from this? Yes. Yes. I think he will. I think he has a good press around him that will mold this story into his favor. But people will still remember, yo, you're that guy that beats women. I'm mad that Jonathan Majors put himself in that position for people to even say that he's a woman beater, for people to even say that he hit a woman. I hate that. There's a video where Eddie Griffin made a statement. I'm gonna bring it on the screen. Hold on.
Over the weekend, Jonathan Majors would make headlines after he was arrested on suspicion of an alleged domestic dispute. According to CNN, a 30-year-old woman claimed Majors had assaulted her. The actor's attorney said the actor is innocent and his team is currently gathering the evidence needed in order for the charges to be dropped. The conspiracy of black men not leaving Hollywood clean is a topic that's been discussed, most notable by Eddie Griffin. As a guest on Vlad TV, he said if you're black, Hollywood makes sure you have a negative asterisk by your name.
Let me say this. This is why I don't ever want to be too famous. Like, I just want to be a level of famous where I go under the radar. Because now, Jonathan Majors, he had to do a whole bunch of fucking media tours to cover his name, right? He have to explain something. Like me, as a small YouTuber, if some shit like that happens, it's like, yeah, suck my dick. None of y'all pay my fucking bills. I could talk like this. I love talking like this. I love telling people suck my dick. I love not having to answer shit that doesn't involve people. I like this freedom because I'm sure Jonathan Majors don't want to go out and talk about, yeah, well, this is what actually happened around the world. Like, he has to go on this media tour where he has to explain himself because he's making too much money, and the people that paying him demand an answer out of him. That's the part of fame I don't like, the fact that you got to explain yourself constantly. Like, yeah, me and my bitch had an argument. It's normal. But the media blows this shit out of proportion and make it seem like it's something way bigger than it is. But we move on.
There is a systematic effort to destroy every black male entertainer's image. They want us all to have an actress by a name. Kobe raped a white woman in Colorado. Dr. Cosby raped 37 bitches and is still counting. Nobody leaves this business clean. Michael Jackson fucked little white children.
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan gambled. You understand?
They try to tie that.
You're not going to die clean.
Let me clarify something real quick. Look, when it comes to Bill Cosby or Deshaun Watson having like 50 and 30 women coming out, I don't believe you can gather or amalgamate 30 people to come up with one story. Yeah, he touched me. Someone will come out and say, yo, that's not true. He didn't touch me. And I'm pretty sure everybody else is lying. Right? Someone will ruin that whole plot. You ever try to plan a trip with your friends and it never fucking works out? It's so hard to gather 5 people to come up with the same story. Imagine doing 30 or 50. I'm not saying Bill Cosby did everything they say he did, but I'm just saying he probably didn't rape 50 bitches, but he probably did 2. Same thing with Deshaun Watson. He probably didn't fuck 22 massage therapists, but he probably did 2. So I'm not with this idea that, oh, yeah, black men, they're after them, blah, blah. Yeah, I understand, but I'm not about to be crazy enough to believe that all 50 or 22 women are lying. That's just ridiculous.
Don't know the brother, don't really know the brother's character. But, he had been working out. He been pumping that iron. I know sometimes dudes pumping that iron, got that testosterone flowing through there. They can get a little, little rowdy. But doesn't mean that he did it. But the sad part about it is since he's labeled assaulting that woman, that he's assaulted that woman. Rest of his career, he really assaulted her. Even he said he didn't. She didn't. She said now he didn't. But some people have that mentality. They probably just writing her, paying her off to say no. Now he did it. And unfortunately, when you blame somebody for something like that, something that crazy, people hang on to it, and some people choose to pick that and stay on it. No different than people, with the gay rumor, what they call you gay. You know what I'm saying? You see what the owner of Comedy Hype has to go through. The BS. There's no proof of that. But you know what? Somebody said it. It is what it is. Like, come on, y'all. Don't just because somebody say something mean it's legit. Get him out of here with that stuff. I know for a fact he's not a homosexual, okay?
When you get in the limelight, it just seems like, you got to be careful. You're a target. And once you're a target, they try to find your weakness or try to find a weakness for you. And that's what happens. It's a very, very scary situation.
Listen, Jonathan Majors, bro, you have to get your ducks in order. You're a superstar. You just did 2 of the biggest movie of the year, and it's only March. And you out here getting assault accusation and harassment accusation. You have to get your ducks in order. Like that woman right there, she probably could have been like a side fling or some bitch you fucking on the side. Because she deliberately put your career in jeopardy like that, you have to drop her. You have to drop her. You can't give her that type of power or any woman that type of power when you're Jonathan Majors. They will use that ammo and shoot you in the head with it. I blame you. I blame Jonathan Majors. Now, I'm not saying I'm not arguing. I'm not defending sexual assault. I'm not defending harassment. I'm not defending women actually being abused. But I'm just all my point is domestic quote unquote abuse happens every fucking day. Women abuse men and men abuse women, even if it's to the smallest extent. Because Jonathan Majors is a superstar, they will blow this shit out of proportion and make you look bad. And in return, it'll fuck with your money. So I'll drop that woman that you're dealing with and just mess with a celebrity woman.
Dr. Umar kind of agreeing with Eddie Griffin, and here's what Dr. Umar had to say. He said, I'm standing with my brother on this unless he is proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. He's the strongest black alpha male in Hollywood right now. This could be schemed to feed into the toxic masculinity narrative pushed by the radical feminists and rainbow gangers. And then on the other end, you have Aries Spears, and here's him responding to Dr. Umar, and here's what he had to say. Dr. Umar and all my beautiful black brothers and sisters, trust me, I get it. Us black folks seem to always have a target on our backs, and we must keep our third eye open because of the history of trickery from this country. But for the love of God, everything is not a damn conspiracy. Yes, he is certainly innocent until proven guilty, but this idea that he is being buck broken because he is a talented, strong black alpha is ridiculous.
Let me say this. I don't think there's a conspiracy around black guys being attacked of their masculinity. I think guys just need to make smarter decisions and not make decisions with their dick. If he was thinking with his right mind, he would not talk or fuck with a woman that would put his career in jeopardy. Like when you're in the talking stage, you should already have these conversations about, hey, look, I'm huge. I'm big, right? Don't fuck this up for me. Cause women tongue have power to take all this shit away from me. Like those conversations should be had. But because you think with your dick, you probably skip that conversation. Oh, she's pretty, blah, blah, blah. We won't ever have to deal with that. Like you looking past your career. If you've been watching me for a while now, I always told you your career come before any women. Your career comes first. So make decisions to better your career, not your women. Don't date a bitch just because she's pretty. Have these conversations. But yeah, I blame Jonathan Majors 100%. And as far as Ari Spears, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You were just in a case where you was involved being a child, being a predator in a fucking movie. Shut the fuck up. You should not be in the radar right now. The last thing you should be commenting on is other people's relationships. Stay off the fucking radar. In conclusion, I do not think people are after the black man masculinity. I just think a lot of the guys think with their dicks, and ultimately that becomes their demise. Let me say this about Dr. Umar. I like Dr. Umar. I believe he really likes black people. I really do believe he has good intentions. But some of his ideologies, some of the things that he believes are too extreme for me to follow. Like the fact that he says all white people are racist. Like, I don't believe that. And this is not me being a quote unquote coon. This is not me being, oh, I love the white, but this is not that. Because there's history of white people defending black people back in the 1800s. There was actually white people fighting slave owners against slavery. They were going wars with slave owners to stop slavery. Best known name is John Brown. If you guys don't know who John Brown was, that was like the coldest white man of all time. He used to gather up a whole bunch of slaves and go to the plantation and slaughter white masters. Like, his story will never be told because he was a white person defending black. So when Dr. Umar talks about, oh yeah, every white person is racist, I don't believe that ideology. You can love your people without throwing hate towards white people. By the way, I had text Dr. Umar to come on my show. Hold on, let me show you guys. I don't want you guys to think I'm lying. I offered Dr. Umar to come on my show. He was like $500. I was like, yeah, $500 to come on my show. And he never got back to me. It is what it is. But I respect some of his points. I just can't go by everything he says because extreme points leads to extreme problems.
Like I said, and historically, the black image has been trying to be torn down. So we don't give nobody a little extra to see if they are right or not. White people society towards a black person. We're going to err to like, no, you got to prove us. You got to prove that you ain't negative like you are. You know what I'm saying? Because assaulting a somebody is not a black person thing, a black male thing. White men do the same thing. Look at all Weinstein and all that. So it's not just.
I'll say this though, when it comes to like abuse, in a white family, I feel like it's less because white men, they don't play that shit. If you fuck with their money, if you fucking with their with their stuff that they care about, they usually kill their wife and put them in a trash bag. When you cheat on them, when you do some shit fucked up or mess with their money, they'll kill you and the kids and your cousin and your family. They take their anger out on everybody. That's why women are, sometimes reluctant to come out on white men. Look how much effort it took for Jeffrey Epstein to get caught. Like, holy shit.
So we don't own the assaulting other people. White men do it too. But the way we've been persecuted throughout the years, I feel like black men have been persecuted for railroading between stuff way more than white men have. That's unfortunately, man. Sometimes people can just say whatever they want and it sticks on somebody. It's because that other person just feels like they want to harp on that negative or whatever, even if they have no proof of that. Even though that lady came out and said this, she wasn't assaulted by him. Some people still gonna say, he paid him.
Let me tell you what he's going to do. He's gonna go on a media tour. He's gonna apologize. He's gonna donate some money to a women getting abused foundation. He has to go and kiss every producer's toes to apologize. He had to go on Ellen and be like, yeah, the abuse is wrong, blah, blah. I was in the wrong to put myself in that position. He has to apologize to every single person that's above him. That's what it is. When you making so much money and the people that's signing your checks want answers, they force you to do all those things because they could just take your money away from you. This is why, like I always say, I don't want to be too big where I don't have an opinion. I don't want to be too big where I have to apologize for shit because I hate apologizing, especially if I'm not in the wrong. I want to be able to say, fuck you. That's up to me and my woman. It's not up to me to tell the media what happened. I love that ability. I want to keep that ability. But the more money you make, the more you got to apologize, the more sorry you have to be, and the more contrite you have to look when you're saying sorry. And my pride would not fucking let me. So my message to Jonathan Majors, bro, I understand what you have to do. You're already in these people's pocket. You have no choice but to apologize. You can't back down. Go on the media tour, apologize, and look sorry, and donate a few dollars and get your careers back in track. That's just what it comes down to. You have no control of what you can do. They're going to tell you what to do. You're going to fucking do it. Because if you want to be in Creed 4, that's what you got to do. If you like that video, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So like, share, subscribe, and get me there.